And
So let me ask you, how was your first day of school?
it was okay.
Sunflower, Bolivar, Humphreys, and Washington counties. This message is for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Cassie Shade Turnipseed, and I'm running for Mississippi State Representative in District 31, and I need your vote. I need to bring, with your support, youth programs to the Delta, as well as historic preservation projects that will honor the legacy of our ancestors. But I need your vote. Please vote for Shade Turnipseed, August the 8th.
It's election time again. Carolyn Steele Johnson is depending on Sunflower County District 3 to do the right thing at the poll and vote for her on Tuesday, August 8th, 2023.
True leadership in Sunflower County starts with giving people their power back.
And the power she speaks of is restoring the voices of Sunflower County citizens if afforded an opportunity to serve.
My name is Carolyn Steele Johnson, and I approve this message.
Oh.
Which one? So I want to get Miss Jenkins only to come.
Okay. Okay.
We'll pick her up.
Right.
I think I'm gonna bring her.
Yeah, we definitely need her now.
She just
Yeah, so
ran
that means,
Yeah,
yeah.
so you guys
Okay.
doing her just now.
All right.
Tell us when we're live. Are you ready, sis, right here?
Uh-oh, it's on you. Wait.
You ready?
Yes. Okay. Can you tell us why we're here today, Mr. Barnett? We do not know that you are known for being a civil rights leader, a national civil rights leader. You've helped with Shaquilla Robinson's case, trying to get everybody brought back and making sure that justice is sought for that family. But tell us why you're in Mississippi.
Well, first I got here off the back of my ancestors and those that exist here presently. Medgar Evers, Dr. Carmichael, Dr. King, Malcolm X, and presently our own modern day Malcolm X, Brother Kareem Muhammad. It's been a pleasure to meet with him today.
Absolutely.
So I acknowledge first the past and the present. That's how I got here.
Gotcha.
First and foremost. But I came here because I hear the cries. I hear them across the country. I've been blessed to go to 17 states fighting civil rights. But Mississippi has been one of the worst.
We understand that 6 deputies, at last week, they did not want to give us a definite number of how many deputies had been fired.
Right.
But now this week, we do know that 6 were fired. Tell us about the sheriff. What do you think is going to happen next?
I think the sheriff needs to be investigated because he obviously is condoning this type of behavior.
Mhm.
I would be a fool to think from January to now that he didn't know nothing that was going on. And then to give his insensitive statement on last week, it wasn't heartfelt. It was forced upon by the DOJ.
We understand that Damian Cameron's mother has been continuously seeking justice for him. He was murdered by allegedly one of the deputies who has now been fired. How soon do you think justice will come for Ms. Cameron, in addition to Michael, Corey Jenkins, and the rest?
I believe justice fast because now she has the resources of an attorney. Attorney Malik Shabazz has taken her case, and the Department of Justice is investigating her case. But not only that, sister, believe it or not, she just looked at the poster and realized not one of the cops was involved in her son's death, but 2.
Oh, wow.
2
Oh,
of the
wow.
cops. And ironically enough, God allowed Brother Mitchell to put them right beside each other on the picture. So how ironic is that? So it's 2 cops.
So
that was
who
involved.
she was able to identify in the murder of her son.
That's correct.
Okay. Brother Kareem, you came all the way from the Mississippi Delta. Why are you here today?
Well, we're here and stand in solidarity with the families, those that have suffered this recent incident, but as well as those that are named that are not known as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we understand that this is historical, this is a systemic situation that we're dealing with when it comes to our family being terrorized and brutalized. So we are here today standing in solidarity with the Michael Jenkins family, with the Eddie Parker family,
That's right.
with the Cameron family as well, for those that have been suffering and is going through this. We are standing here saying justice for the Emmett Till family,
That's right.
justice for the Medgar Evers family, justice for many of those
right.
that may have told us that they have fired those police officers, but that is just not what we want.
That's right.
When we look at Memphis and see what happened in Memphis, how fast They indicted those brothers down there. And this is 6 months later, and all they did is so-called fire them. And we know the firing came from our people putting a paper together demanding the Department of Justice look into this tragedy. So we go back to the 2019 with the Department of Prison and what was going on then, as well as others. And so we here standing here in solidarity, standing beside our wonderful sister Priscilla Sterling and others that are fighting for the justice of our people daily.
Tell us the location you're at.
Sister Sterling.
For today's rally.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, where you at right
we're
now?
At the Attorney General's office in Jackson, Mississippi, the Walter Sillers building. So right
Why
now,
is it important to be here at this location, Priscilla?
because as a family member of Emmett Till, 6 to 8 years we've been fighting for justice. We have come to Lynn's Finch office as well, and we never received any justice. She never met with us, and so as Michael Jenkins' mama, Damian Cameron's mom, we're trying to get justice for those families. As you all know, Rankin County Police Department engaged in pattern conduct that violated the First and Fourth Amendments of the United States.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's why the Department of Justice
were involved.
has stepped in.
Yes, ma'am. So, like I said, as a family member of Emmett Till dealing with the
Continuous.
And not only that, Mississippi led the nation in racist organizations as well as lynchings in the state. So as a family member of Emmett Till that we've never received justice, I want to make sure that these families receive justice.
I understand now you wear the name Till. Why is that?
Because I'm here to pursue justice. Like my shirt says, justice shall pursue. Justice shall prevail. A mother loves and never dies. So therefore, Mamie wants me standing here along with his family, because like I said, we have come here to the Attorney General's office to no avail. We've received no justice. So I'm going to make sure as a spokesperson on behalf of these families to make sure justice is served.
Okay, Brother Kareem, want to talk about the LOC. When people hear LOC, let them know exactly what that means. And I want to hear from Sister Tasha Parker in just a second, who represents the NAACP from the Washington County branch.
And yes, the local organizing committee is not an organization, but it's a conglomerate of organizations. The Nation of Islam, the New Black Panther Party, NAACP, 100 Black Men, sororities and fraternities, the Emmett Till Foundation, and other organizations working together collaboratively to give a voice to those that are voiceless. And so we stand here today, we stand in solidarity of organizations nationally and locally saying no more. So when we say justice or else, the justice or else is saying we put demands on the state. But if you do not adhere to our demands, we have two or else's. One is definitely we know that God has the last say, but also we demand that we will refuse to give our nickels and dimes to these cities or these businesses, and we begin to pull our nickels and dimes together to start doing something for ourselves.
Tasha Parker, NAACP President, can you step forward, please? Why is, I see you have the youth here. Why is it important to bring them from the Mississippi Delta to partake in this event today?
Because these egregious crimes were done to Black men. They are young Black men right now who have to become, what we're fighting for them to be able to stand for other young Black men coming after them. So if we don't fight the fight now, they won't make it. So we're here today. I have a vested interest because I have 2 young Black men and others I've helped to raise. So we want them here today to see, even though it didn't affect them directly, it affects them indirectly. An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Sherelle, why is it so important to have grassroots involved in this event? Because we know CNN will come, all these other major media outlets will show up, but why is grassroots so important?
Well, grassroots are very important because most of the time the people that we're supposed to be able to call for help are the ones that's murdering us or harassing us. So we're having to step in to be the policing of the police and standing up for our people.
Holding them accountable.
hold them accountable.
Okay. Brother Kareem, one more thing, grassroots. Why is grassroots important? We do know that we have Dr. Cornel West, who has let everyone know that he is running for president this time around. How can grassroots help him in an effort to make sure that the word gets around to our demographic?
Again, when we talk about opportunity, everything is an opportunity. And so this is an opportunity for us in Mississippi to begin to mobilize our people, because the or else means that the mobilization of our people will demand the change in our lifestyle. And so Cornel West represents grassroots. He represents the change for our people. But until us as a people begin to mobilize, and so we are taking this opportunity to bring our people out and let our people realize that the fight is in this community. The fight is with the larger establishment, but it takes our people, the mama, the son, the mother, the sister, the brother, those that are being affected with health care, those that are being affected with inadequate education, those that are being affected with the economic system being like it is. Those are the ones that need to stand out, and we stand together in solidarity and put those people in the office that will represent our interests.
Thank you. We do have another brother here. Can you say your name for us?
Brother Lamumba from Louisiana. And grassroots does help. That's how we wound up here, through grassroots, organizing, and to keep the people together, to help organize is the main thing. When you get the families together, you get the general public together before it gets to them. That's where the grassroots start. So when we heard about what was going on over here, I grew up in the 60s. I've been hearing about Mississippi all my life. I live in Louisiana. So it was my opportunity to come over here and start with these families, these organizers, and get things going. It's too long. I'm gonna tell you, I'm 66 years old. And I've been hearing about this since I was like this little fella here.
Yes, sir.
A baby.
Yes, sir.
In Mississippi, it's still the same thing. There's no justice for us here in Mississippi, but we're going to get it.
What do you think the Attorney General will do after this pressure is being put on in the media, national media?
What he should do is file charges.
Okay.
She should do is file charges. That's what I'm looking for.
Yes, sir.
But if they don't file charges as of today or shortly hereafter, we will be back. And we're going to come back stronger, much stronger. Can believe that.
Yes, sir. Mr. Juneteenth. Why are you here today? Why is it important for people your age to be here along with you?
Because you come out here and you come out, support, you get on the law, hold us out. We need justice. It's time for Mississippi to step the game up. Time for Mississippi to do better.
You said we need justice. It's time for Mississippi to step the game up and do better. Okay.
And so again, as we close, we want to just say to the family and to all those that are suffering from this type of tragedy, that the local organizing committee, the NAACP, the New Black Panther Party, the Nation of Islam, and all local organizations and national are in solidarity in support of the families. We in support of the Jenkins family, the Parker family, the Hunters and the Camerons, and all those whose names are not being called. We are here in stand, and regardless of what the Attorney General do, is what we are going to do. Justice or else, Black Power.
Mr. Barnett, there's one more event going on. Can you let everybody know, just in case they're wanting to meet you at that next location?
Yes, historically in the Bible, David had to go against his enemy. There's people walking around buildings in New York City. In Rikers Island, the guards are giving the inmates rat poison. So Black Lives Matter is outside of Rikers Island fighting against that.
Wow.
So sometimes you got to go in front of the king's house, so to speak, if he thinks he's a king. So today we want to make sure that we let Sheriff Bailey know that we know what's going on. The Department of Justice knows what's going on. The New York Times knows what's going on. CNN knows what's going on. And the Shade Room knows what's going on. And it's just a reminder for him today to let him know that he's next.
You don't think
because
that
we're targeting him as well.
So you don't think that what he said on in his press conference that was heartfelt about what happened to Michael Corey Jenkins and the others?
Absolutely not. You can, my grandma, as I told him earlier, inside this building here, this Attorney General office building, I told them that my grandma used to tell me that if something looks like a snake, something crawls like a snake. acts like a snake, it must be a snake. So I think you can feel the spirit. I can feel your spirit. You're sincere about what you're doing. I know that you love doing this media thing. I can feel that, right? And I hope that you can feel that I'm passionate about coming in this hot sun in Mississippi.
Absolutely.
So I can feel his spirit. And his spirit was not sincere. His spirit was forced upon him by the Department of Justice.
Oh, wow.
We've been waiting 6 months. This brother was shot in January. It's July.
$400 million though, Barnett.
That's correct. Yeah.
Why? Why $400 million?
It needs to be $800 million. I asked Attorney Shabazz that. It's punitive damages, which means we want to make sure that this don't happen to nobody else. As Johnny Cochran said in New York City, some of these cities are so racist, you got to sue the hell out of them. That's what Johnny Cochran said. So in saying that, 400 ain't enough. It ain't enough for Trayvon Martin. It ain't enough for Michael Brown. It ain't enough for Freddie Gray, 6.9 million. Money can't bring back the souls of black folks. And America has spent over $430 million in the last 18 months.
Come on.
Just last week, Benjamin Crump, $45 million. Breonna Taylor, I went to Frankfort, Kentucky in the hot sun.
Oh, wow.
With Common and bless her heart, Jada Pinkett and my sister Tamika Mallory. $12 million for her case. And then George Floyd, $27 million. They spent $430 million in 18 months just because of some racist cops who want to pull a trigger too quick. Bill Cosby said this, and I'm not a big fan. I know he got some issues right now. He said it takes 1 second to pull a trigger. It takes 3 seconds to reconsider. He said that on Donahue when I was a kid, and I never forget.
Oh, wow.
It takes 1 second. So in the words of Elijah Muhammad, I got to tell you this. He said it takes 3 seconds for you to remember something bad in your life, and 9 seconds to remember something good. So today is our 3 seconds.
Gotcha.
I picked Michael Jenkins up at his house last week, and I can feel his spirit.
Oh, wow.
And he's in pain. And his mother's in pain. So we come down here to ease the pain.
Absolutely.
So that's why we're here today. And I'm going to come again next week because I see she didn't meet with us today. I know she's looking out that window up there.
Okay.
I know she's looking out the window.
So she did, when you went, you were not able to.
I sent an email last week. I sent a letter. And I also called them this morning.
Oh, wow.
I told them, hey, I'm in your city today. Can y'all meet with me? And then the fourth thing I did was go inside here to try to get in to meet with them. And they still wouldn't meet with me.
And if I may to add to that.
Yes, sir.
That's where the grassroots come in.
That's right.
In the sense that when we look back in the Malcolm X syndrome, and when we look at the Malcolm X, when he went to the hospital and he went to the police department, they didn't fear him until they looked out the window.
Wow.
To see who was supporting him.
Oh, wow.
And so that is what we must do. We are committed to do as grassroots organizers. When we come back to her, have this whole block full up. She'll listen then.
Priscilla, you have something that needs to be said. What is that?
I just want to say this. Black men also are being targeted because they are dating white women.
Okay.
And black men should not be targeted or murdered and killed and abused.
So you believe you should be able to love who you want to love?
I believe you should be able to love who you want to love and not have to be targeted because of. And that's an ongoing thing here in this state.
Okay. Parker, Tasha Parker from NAACP Washington County.
And let's be clear, we're here because they had no forethought of him living. They absolutely intended to kill Michael Corey.
Is it true that they would not allow him to speak to his mother?
But that is correct.
Because I know the the new Black Panther Party was the one who actually made this thing go viral on TikTok when you guys brought awareness to the fact that his mother was not able to see him. Tell us a little bit about that.
Correct. Well, what we had to do was go to the hospital where he was not allowed to see his parents.
Not far from here.
I apologize.
It's okay.
But he was not able to see his parents. His mom didn't know whether he was dead or alive or the condition that he was in. We felt like it was of dire importance that this mother knew what was going on with her child because I'm a mother. And I definitely want to know how my child is doing. Or is he going to take his last breath wishing for me? So when we did get a chance to get his bail paid, they finally released him after going in circles over and over and over again with the hospital not giving information. They said that they had to go through the sheriff department in order to get information about her child's condition. And it's possible that one of the people that harmed him probably could have been his overseer in his hospital room. So that was also a traumatic thing to think about. If you wake up from your condition and it's one of the men that possibly put you there.
That's right.
So it's very important.
At 4 p.m., where are you going to be?
At 4 p.m., we're going to be at the sheriff department. They went into Michael Corey Jenkins' home where they work. We're going to their home.
All right.
And if I may, at the end of this, we want to
Yes,
say
sir.
that this is historical. For our Mississippi family is used to when the white policemen and the white governor and them will terrorize our people and wind them up in the hospital, that our people are used to when they would come see about their loved one, the law enforcement would tell them, go away, this is not your business. So this is historical, systematic.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Y'all ready?
Yes, we ready. All right. Am I blue and red?
We going to the hotel?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So you were just listening to those who are standing in solidarity with Michael Corey Jenkins, the Emmett Till family, Priscilla Sterling Till, the new Black Panther Party, the NAACP of Washington County, from the Mississippi Delta area. You heard from Mr. Juneteenth. We just coming off the cuffs of the July the 4th, but we had Mr. Juneteenth here, and he even spoke saying that Mississippi, it's time to do better. We even have the youngest toddler in journalism, Timothy Buckner, who was holding his sign as well. So Mississippi, the people are calling for you to acknowledge your wrongs. We were just told by Mr. Barnett that he made preparations to speak with the Attorney General, who in actuality did not make herself available to speak with him about the 6 deputies who were fired just recently. And last week, they did not want to tell us how many were actually fired. But we find this week that the number of deputies who were fired on last week were 6. And it was just told to the Mike magazine that Miss Cameron, who alleges that Rankin County officers murdered her son, noticed that she was able to identify another officer standing right next to the other officer who is allegedly the one responsible for killing Damian Cameron. And so on that note, we're going to go to commercial, and after that, we're going to be out. Please stay locked to the Mike magazine because we will be coming back.
Shemite Sports Syntech LLC presents the 2nd annual Day in the Park, Saturday, July 22nd, 2023, at the Minnie Cox Park in Indianola. A day at the park will begin with the 5K fun walk from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then the back to school giveaway picks up at 12 noon to 7 p.m. We're looking forward to seeing your face in the place just like last year. A day at the park, Saturday, July 22nd at Minnie Cox Park in Indianola. Vendors are welcome. For more details, call Sharita.
All right, everybody.
Sunflower Bolivar Humphreys in Washington counties. This message is for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Cassie Shade Turnipseed, and I'm running for Mississippi State Representative in District 31, and I need your vote. I need to bring, with your support, youth programs to the Delta, as well as historic preservation projects that will honor the legacy of our ancestors. But I need your vote. Please vote for Sade Turnipseed, August the 8th.
Okay.